Kids in Missouri are heading back to school this morning, and we have got your back here on Today in St. Louis. We have team coverage as you deal with all the confusion and controversy surrounding masks and getting back into school. We begin with our Savannah Louie, who is live with what St. Louis public schools are doing and what you can expect this morning there. Savannah, good morning.
Hey, Allie, good morning to you. Yeah, we know a lot of kids, probably a lot of parents out there too, waking up very excited this morning. Also, maybe a little bit anxious. And I know that mixed bag of emotions is also felt among school leaders. That's why we have Dr. Calvin Adams with us. He's the superintendent for SLPS. How are you, Dr. Adams?
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me this morning.
Absolutely. So let's jump right into it. Tell us about the safety protocols that are going to be in place this year.
So we have put in place, obviously, the 6 feet distancing, mask wearing. Many of our staff have been vaccinated. We tested all staff before they came back to work, wiping down everything, doing all of the kinds of things that the CDC has required us to do.
One of the things you mentioned is vaccines. We know that vaccines are a huge part of keeping areas safe. And you mentioned to me earlier that quite a bit of your staff is vaccinated.
Yeah, we're collecting the data, and right now about 86% of our teaching workforce is vaccinated, about 84% of our support staff, so a high number of persons who are vaccinated, and we're still collecting more information. About 1,200 still have to turn in information, but we feel very comfortable that our staff is moving in the right direction around vaccines.
So we also know that one reason for all of these safety measures is because we want to keep these kids in schools. Is there a possibility that we could return to virtual learning as we go throughout the school year, and if cases start to rise up in some of these schools?
Yeah, I think that is a possibility. Right now, 100% in person or online. Virtual is not an option today, but obviously the pandemic is the one that's really giving us the rules in this case. And so we want to monitor what happens with cases, quarantining, and all of those kinds of things.
And one of the reasons we want to keep these kids in schools is not just because it's fun to be at school, but because virtual learning has been very hard on many of these families. As we look ahead to the new year, for students who may be struggling or who may have fallen behind, is there a plan for them to help them out?
Yes, we received some dollars from the federal government called ESSA dollars, and so we're collecting those dollars. We'll be utilizing those dollars to do extended day programs, Saturday programs, bringing partners to help kids with tutoring, the social emotional pieces as well, to kind of support those kids. So we have a real detailed plan in place to try to get kids to catch up, if you will, for the unfinished learning that has taken place. So we're really excited about the school year. Despite all the challenges with safety and security, we want kids to be in school. That's the best place for them to learn.
All right, last question. Any final words for any of those parents out there, or kids even too, who are maybe a little excited but also a little nervous about the new school year?
Come back. We're welcoming you back, and we have put all of the things in place to make sure that schools will be safe and secure for your child.
That's fantastic. All right, Dr. Adams, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And last thing I do want to mention before we send it back to you in studio, if your kid is feeling sick at all, just keep them home. Don't force them or pressure them into going into school. We want everybody to stay as safe and healthy as possible this school year. Reporting live from St. Louis, Savannah Louie, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Savannah. And now we head to St. Charles County to see how the Francis Howell School District is getting ready to welcome their kids into the classroom for the first day of school. Our Sydney Stallworth is live at Francis Howell Middle School, and she's not alone. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning to you. We have Francis Howell Superintendent Dr. Nathan Hoven with us. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a really unique policy on masking here. Can you tell us what parents need to know on this very busy first day of school?
Sure. So our masking policy this year, we have made masks required for early childhood through 6th grade. And the main reason behind that is that students in those grades are unable to be vaccinated. And so we want to make sure our number one goal is always to keep students safe and healthy. And then our number two goal is to make sure we can keep as many students and staff at school as possible. So in addition to that mask mandate, we've asked the staff, they're going to be required at those ages as well to wear masks when they're in close contact with those students. At all of our other ages, the older students and the adults, we have strongly encouraged the wearing of masks. And so the important thing for our community to know is that this mask mandate is going to be reviewed by September 17th. That'll give us 4 weeks of school to be able to analyze exactly what we're seeing: positive cases, quarantines, any school spread. And also at our older ages, if we were to start to have any real issues, we might have to put masks in effect at any time.
Thank you so much, and it's great to know that you guys are going to be reviewing this policy and revisiting it. But some people might be upset today and even this week about the masking policy. And I've seen that you guys posted on Facebook that you're making some preparations for potential protests this week.
Sure. So we became aware over the weekend of an effort to organize a group of parents in a protest around masks. And we always want everyone to feel safe and secure when they come to school. We want the students to be excited. We want the teachers to be excited to welcome them. So we certainly don't want to see those kinds of distractions in front of our buildings. And we had many parents who were supportive of masks, who were concerned that they didn't want their children to be exposed to any sort of concerning behaviors and things like that. So just like we do when we're aware of any kind of a potential incident, we make sure that we prepare for that. We bring additional support, administrators, SROs or other officers, just to help us make sure we can keep everything safe and orderly. We want the focus to be on the excitement around the first day of school.
Perfect. And we hope that you have an awesome first day of school. Thank you so much for taking the time during what I assume is a very busy day. We really appreciate it. And for now, we're going to toss it back to you in the studio.
All right, Sydney, thank you. And we want to see your back to school photos like this one. Peyton is starting in junior kindergarten at St. Roch Catholic School. Text your back to school photos and videos to 314-425-5355, and that is a text only line.
You can almost hear her saying cheese.
Cheese, exactly.
Good luck to all the kids this morning.